Hi, my name is Josh Katz. I'm the Associate Director of Community Standards here at Worcester State. I'm going to talk to you for the next few minutes about the Community Standards Office and some important information that you will need to know. First off, you need to know that you are now a Worcester State University student, which means your conduct history starts now. Your conduct record stays with you for 7 years after you graduate or separate from the university. So that means something that you do may affect you down the road. So I just need you to keep that in mind. Here at Worcester State, we run on a progressive discipline system, which means we don't erase after each year. So there, you may have a level 1 alcohol your freshman year when you move in. And then in October, you may get a level 2. And then you might be perfectly fine to your junior year. You get caught again with alcohol, you'll move to level 3. So you see the progression. That's how Worcester State conduct works. You do have a code of conduct. It will be sent to you twice a year. It will be emailed to you from me and also available on our website, worcester.edu/code of conduct. That book really outlines the policies and procedures and the standards expected of Worcester State University students. It also calls on their students to conduct themselves with proper regards for the rights and the mission of the university. So, the Community Standards Office, we are here to educate. Most, if not all, of our sanctions have an educational component to them. Remember, you are responsible for your actions. We are not here to jam anyone up, but if you violate policy, we have to hold you accountable for that policy. I do want to stress that it is not like you see on TV. This is not Law and Order Court. We're not throwing the book at people. It's not guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. At Worcester State University, we base decisions on the preponderance of the evidence, which is more likely than not. So when you see in court, guilty beyond a reasonable doubt is 100%. This is really 51%. That's what more likely than not means. You have heard people talk to you about FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. FERPA basically means that your academic and university record is yours and no one else's, regardless of who pays the bill. So if something happens and you go through my office and a parent calls, I can't talk to them without your permission. It doesn't matter if they pay the bill. It doesn't matter if you live with them, if you are still under their insurance. It doesn't matter. I can't talk to them. With that said, you may have either already signed or have been spoken to by your parents or guardian about signing a FERPA waiver, which allows your parents or guardians access to your the registrars in billing. That FERPA waiver does not carry over to community standards. All right, it is totally separate. So just because you have that on file does not mean that they have access to your community standards record. So the alcohol policy. For you as first-year students, every area that you live in will be substance-free, both alcohol and drugs. All right, there are a few places in the residence halls where alcohol is allowed, and those are 21 plus housing that you will get to in the next couple years. There's an approval process and a notification process done through the Office of Residence Life. Drug policy. We are a state institution in the state of Massachusetts, which has the legal use of recreational marijuana. That does not happen on campus. Even though it is legal in the state, due to the fact that we receive federal funding, and some of you may receive federal financial aid, we have to follow federal regulations which state marijuana is an illegal substance. So it doesn't matter if you have a medical marijuana card, you cannot possess or use marijuana on campus. Minimum sanctions. In the Code of Conduct, there is a minimum sanctions chart, and it's broken up into levels, which I kind of touched upon earlier. So if you get caught for bringing in a 6-pack of alcohol, you are going to most likely receive a level 1 alcohol sanction. All right, and then in the progression that I talked about earlier, if it happens again, it will be a level 2. If it happens again, it will be a level 3. For all intents and purposes, you want to think of this as a first offense, second offense, and third offense. So you violate university policy on alcohol or drugs, you're pretty much aware of what is going to be the outcome of that hearing. There is a little caveat. The reason it is called levels and not a violation number is because if I bring in a 6-pack and someone else brings in a keg and it's both our first offense, that is really not on the same level. So that person's level will be higher than that level of the person who brought in the 6-pack, even though if it is their first offense. So I just want you to keep that in mind. That is a very important thing to look at. Again, worcester.edu/code of conduct. We are also a tobacco-free campus. You will see signs everywhere. You can possess, but you cannot use tobacco, cigars, dip, chew, vapes. A vape and an e-cigarette is considered an electronic device for administering nicotine. That is covered under our tobacco and smoke-free campus policy. So please keep that in mind. How the process works. If for some reason you do violate a university policy or allegedly violate a university policy, a report will be generated to my office. I will look it over, and then you will get an email of a hearing date. This year we are doing hearings virtually, so it will give you a link to the Zoom meeting, and you will have your charges on there. Everything is delivered electronically through Maxient. So you will see EXT parentheses Maxient in your email address. You will show up to the hearing. You will have your opportunity to tell your side of the story. You will also have the opportunity to have the report read to you. So we believe in transparency, and we want you to know exactly what is written to have you come forth before the hearing officer. After the hearing is over, you will receive a results letter outlining the decision within a few days by email as well. If you have any questions, the hearing officers, myself, and the RDs, please ask us. We can't stress to you enough communication. All right, we are not here to jam you up. We will work with you, but we need you to work with us and be communicable. If you do receive sanctions, please complete them. Sanctions are definitely important to be completed because if you don't, a hold may be placed on your account and you may be placed on disciplinary probation. What that means is if a hold is placed on your account, you will not be able to register for classes for the following semester. If you were on disciplinary probation and you would like to be a member of a club or organization, you cannot hold an executive board position on that club or organization. If you are an NCAA athlete or a club sport athlete, you will not be able to participate, that's practice or play, in any athletics. And thirdly, if you are a resident student and you are on disciplinary probation, we will not allow you to pick your room for the next semester, but you will not go in the lottery order. You will go at the end after all of the lottery is done. So it is very, very important to complete those sanctions. I know things happen, okay? So if you have an issue completing your sanctions, come talk to me. We will work something out, all right? It's very important to keep the open line of communication, and as long as you're making the effort, then I will work with you and make the effort on my part. And lastly, amidst of this pandemic, we will have multiple COVID-19 protocols that are set by the CDC and our local and state health officials. It is very important to follow all the state and local health directives, face coverings, social distancing, utilize the correct entrance and exit doors when going in and out of buildings. All right, it is very, very, very important to keep the entire community safe. Those violations will be dealt with on a case-by-case basis, and we will go from there. But we need everyone to follow all state and local health directives. Again, my name is Josh Katz. I'm the Associate Director of Community Standards here, and I look forward to, at some point, meeting you in person. And I hope you enjoy your orientation process, and we will see you in the fall. Take it easy.